Hi there, Assalamualaikum, and welcome to Learn English Bersama Madam Azimah. It's Wednesday again, 12:15 p.m. So that means it's time to learn English with me. And today we're going to learn common errors Malaysians make. So I've selected 10 words and phrases, and you may agree or disagree with me, but let's take a look at whether you are using them correctly or whether you understand these words correctly. We're going to compare it with standard English. So what I mean by standard English, it's English understood by basically people who use the language. And when I talk about Malaysian English, it's English that is understood by Malaysians. And hopefully, we'll find out whether you are using Malaysian English or standard English. Okay, so let's get started. And I've got words for you. All right. Now, number one, using on, off, and open. So tell me, do you guys use this on the computer? Off the lights, open the TV, open your shoes, and off your shoes. It sounds very direct. If you say it, people understand, but this is not standard English. So the correct way to say these phrases would be switch on the computer instead of on the computer. Turn off the lights instead of off the lights. Turn on the TV instead of open the TV. And if you want to tell people, you want to ask people to take off their shoes, it would be please take off your shoes before you enter the house. And as a command, you can say lights off or lights out. I've heard people say lights out for, like, for example, people go for camping, or you're directing children to switch off the lights. So just say lights out, everyone. And then as a command, you can also say take off your shoes instead of saying just please take off your shoes. But using please, it's much more polite. Okay. The second word is follow. For example, I've heard Malaysians say, I followed my sister to Johor. I followed my sister to Johor. What you're trying to say is, I accompanied my sister to Johor. So you're talking about accompanying her. So you're in the same car and you're with her throughout the journey, not follow, right? Follow. And this word, I also hear it among Malaysians when we want to offer a ride. We say, come, follow me. Follow me. Now, natives might think, what, you want me to follow you by driving behind you or walk behind you? Follow. So if you are offering a ride, you should say, I'll give you a ride. Or do you want a ride? Do you want a ride? I'll give you a ride instead of follow me. Right, so that's number two. Number three, using having. And Malaysians use having incorrectly when they're talking about, let's say, a migraine or a headache or a cold. So I've heard people say, I'm having a migraine, or I'm having a cold, I'm having a headache. Now, what's wrong with this? People understand you, of course. However, having shows that this is you're having that experience for a long period of time because of the word having, ing. So it's like a continuous long period of time. And normally when you have like a migraine, a headache, a stomach ache, it's not for too long, is it? So don't say I'm having. Instead, this is the standard English, say I've got a headache. I have got a headache, or I have a headache. So no need for having. Okay? Again, I'll say it again. I've got a headache, or I have a headache. Now, what if you're talking about your friend? Her name is Maria. You can say Maria has, instead of have, Maria has a bad case of the flu. Maria has a bad case of the flu, not Maria is having flu. flu, right? And I want to highlight this word, stomach ache. So the correct way I've taught you just now, I've got a stomach ache. Now, another version is I've got stomach ache without a. Why do we not use a? Now, a is used in the American English. Without a for stomach ache, it's British English. But if you want to use a stomach ache, no problem. If you don't want to use a, you just want to say, I have a stomach ache. I have stomach ache without a. That's British English. So that's a side note. So that's number 3. Moving on to number 4. Now, number 4, using the word warded, W-A-R-D-E-D, and paining, P-A-I-N-I-N-G, paining. I've heard Malaysians say this. He was warded to the hospital. So he was warded to the hospital. So for natives, we understand warded or ward to mean a room in a hospital or a division in a hospital. For example, a maternity ward where women give birth, right? A maternity ward where she's rested after she's given birth, maternity ward, or a surgical ward. So natives don't use warded to mean admitted or hospitalized, right? So it should be he was admitted to the hospital or he was hospitalized. Instead, very simply, he was hospitalized. And again, this word hospital, if you use the hospital, that would be American English. Without the, that's the British English. I know. Does it sound complicated to you? I hope it's not. Okay. Now, the second word that I want to introduce to you, paining. So paining, I've heard my students say something like this when they can't attend my class. They say, my stomach is paining. My stomach is paining. Now, paining is not an English word to describe the pain. So you should just say, my stomach hurts. Very simple, right? My stomach hurts, or I have a painful stomach ache. I have a painful stomach ache. Be careful with the pronunciation. I've heard students also say stomach. So stomach ache. So it's not stomach, it's not ish either. All right. And what about this? Eat your medicine. Eat your medicine. That, you don't actually eat medicine. So you should say take your medicine. And I've heard students say medicine and medicine, both are correct. It's either medicine or medicine, but do not say eat. Say take. So take your medicine. Okay? All right. Number 5, using passed up. Right. So for example, have you passed up your homework? Standard English is, have you handed in your homework or have you submitted your homework? Not passed up your homework. That's number 5. Number 6, using in color or in size. So I'll give you several examples. This is how Malaysians might use it. The pen is blue in color, or the shirt is green in color, or the tudung is green in color. Now, what's wrong with this? So when you mention color, you don't actually need to say in color because that's like repeating yourself. So the standard English would be the pen is blue, the shirt is green, the tudung is green. I'm wearing a green tudung. I don't have to say I'm wearing a tudung green in color. No, right? What about this? In size, I've heard Malaysians say, she is small in size. She is small in size. Small already shows that you're talking about size, so you do not need to say in size. Just say she is small. What about this one? He is a large-sized man. Just keep it simple. He is large. People know large means size. So you do not need to say in size or sized. All right, that's number 6. Number 7, using sending. Now this, I've done a lot of research on this one. I've even asked my friends, my teacher friends. And so I have concluded that Malaysians, we understand, and I think it's normal for us to say, I send my children to school every day. I send my children to school every day. Sounds normal, we understand. What you're trying to say is you drive your child to school every day, right? You take them to school every day. So standard English, it would be, I take my children to school every day, or I drive my children to school every day, or I drop my children off at school every day. And maybe this is okay too, I send them off to school. So yes, it's very normal for us to say I send my children, but natives would say I take or I drive. So how do you use the word send then? So these are examples. The judge sent him to prison, or the boy was sent home from school. So it has nothing to do with driving there or taking them there. Okay, so that's number 7. Number 8, using the word last time. Okay, last time. So last time I worked at a private company. What you're trying to say is dahulu. Now, if you mean dahulu, you should be using the word previously. All right, so previously I worked at a private company. Previously I worked at a private company. Or even better, I used to work at a private company. I used to work, USED. So don't say last time unless you mean there's a specific event that was a short event. For example, the last time we met was at Ira's wedding. The last time we met was at a wedding, and that was a short amount of time. But when you talk about dahulu, previously, and it happened for quite some time, it should be previously. Okay? Number 9, using raise up. Okay, raise up. And I'm raising my hand, if you can see me. Raise up the issue. For example, Hafiz raised up the issue at the meeting today. Standard English would be, do not say up, just simply say Hafiz raised the issue at the meeting today. Hafiz raised the issue at the meeting today. No need to use the word up because raised is already, it means that it's brought up already. So no need to bring the word up there. All right. Number 10, the last word here, I'm going to tell you now. This word, discuss about. Discuss about. So do not use the word about here. For example, let's discuss about the details of the group project. Standard English, just say it like this. Let's discuss the details of the group project. Let's discuss the details of the group project. And that's it. So no need to use the word about with discuss because you are repeating yourself. Okay, so those are the 10 words and phrases. I hope that has been helpful for you. And so you guys, I hope that you will learn these new alternatives and you can correct yourself if you tend to use Malaysian English, especially in front of native speakers because you want to be understood. But among your friends, if it's an informal situation, among Malaysians, it's no problem. All right, so I'll see you guys next week on Wednesday, 12:15 p.m. on Manis FM, Gaya Pantai Timur.